Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about something that kind of happened to me for the first time last week. Yeah, or during the weekend. I think it was like Thursday or Friday. So according to my app, which is the period tracker app, is what I use. It's free. I have an iPhone, so that's how I downloaded it through the apps thing, and it's free, and also it's the one with the little flower. So I have that one, and I also have Flow app. I decided to keep both apps because I wanted to see like what the difference would be, like which one kind of like my ovulation days, what each one of them decided like when my ovulation would be. So the Flow app says I ovulate a week later, if not like 3 days later, than my period tracker. Anyways, so why I brought that up is because during my period tracker app time that it said I was ovulating, I was having like the worst cramps, a whole bunch of ECM or EWCM. And if you don't know what that means, is egg white cervical mucus. As we all know, hopefully if you don't, your vaginal area releases different kinds of cervical mucus throughout your entire cycle. Kind of never stops. At least for me, there's always something. But as long as it's not green or smells fishy or weird, you should be good. But if you do have those symptoms like fishy odor or maybe like a weird color, you can always call OB just to make sure. So during that time that it said I was ovulating, I had like so much pain. And I was like, what the heck does this mean? Like, what if it's like a PCOS symptom? And if it is, like, can you guys leave comments below if you do have PCOS or are familiar? Because I really do not know much about PCOS. Even though I Google stuff, I really am lost with it. In regards to ovulating, I Googled, like, is ovulation pain a thing? So I really wanted to make this video way earlier, like at the time that I was having the pain. Excuse me, and it was so bad that I really couldn't make a video because I don't really like to take pills. Eventually I did, but during that time I was just like, I was trying to make the video and then it would just hurt and I would pause to let the pain happen, and then yeah, so I Googled it and I was like, okay, so other people have ovulation pain and it's called something. It starts with an M. It's a long word, but you can look it up. And there's some videos on it, but not many. And it said that I guess it can hurt when your follicle is releasing an egg, sometimes like the egg busting out, and it's just like so graphic to me, like, okay, it's not enough that we bleed like for 4 to 7 days and have cramps, but we also our tubes are rupturing with eggs. Like, it never ends for us, but it's kind of just like what being a woman is about. And I was wondering if you guys have ever had ovulation pain. I was also wondering, is it a good sign in regards to fertility or is it a bad sign? Because after I started my period when I was 13, can you guys comment when you got your period if you'd like? I was 13 when I got mine, and I don't really remember having ovulation pain. But I want to say that's what it was, only because my app said I was ovulating at the time, so that's kind of what I could link it to. Then I went away after a few days. I feel like I verified ovulation because I took a OPK, ovulation predictor kit, and it said it was, sorry, that's my phone, but I'm currently on break. Let me just mute that. Okay, yeah, so that's what happened. I had ovulation pain, I think. And it stopped after a couple of days because I also Googled like, how long does this last, because it did hurt. And I feel like, what if I had a chemical pregnancy and it just hurt this time for like, did it have to do with the chemical pregnancy last month? Because remember I told y'all I had like a positive and then it quickly turned into a negative, which was so confusing. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to see if you guys had ovulation pain and if it's normal, if y'all have checked it out by your doctor. I had made a doctor appointment because I thought I was pregnant because I had a positive test last month, and it was scheduled for, what's today, the 15th? It was scheduled for the 21st, which I think was a Tuesday, but I called the doctor and I said, okay, actually I'm not pregnant. I kind of verified because I got a negative, so I think it was a chemical, but I still want to come in because I have these ovary pains, and I do have a history of cysts. When I was 17, I think it's when I had my first cyst that they saw on ultrasound. I think that was my first pap smear at 17. I know sometimes you can take it at 21, or that's the recommended, but since I was sexually active since 15, I think I went in at 17 for birth control. So that's why. And that's how I got diagnosed with ovarian cysts. Now, at that time, they were not so big, and I think the birth control kind of dissolved them. But once I was maybe like 2021, they came back with vengeance because I had like horrible lower back pain. I don't know if UTI had anything to do with it, but I also had a UTI that was very close to becoming a kidney infection, and I learned that from going to the hospital. And then also they said, oh, you also have some ovarian cysts the size of oranges on both sides. So I was like, oh, great, how cool. Yeah, so I'm very familiar with ovarian cysts. So I kept that appointment with my doctor on the I think it turned into the 22nd now, and it's gonna be early in the morning. And because it's not a pregnancy appointment, they have to, schedule it differently. I guess it takes longer for ultrasound other than just a checkup. So I hope they do an ultrasound though, because that's the only way you can find ovarian cysts, I think. So I want to basically talk to the doctor about that ovulation pain or whatever it was, and also talk to her about the cyst and if they came back. One thing that I'm not going to do, that I'm not going to take any form, shape, or fashion is birth control. I don't want nothing in my arm. I don't want nothing up my vagina or any daily ritual pills. I started taking birth control since I was 17, and I remember I had taken it all the time up until 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. I might have been up to 4 years straight, if not 5. And I honestly think it is not good for my body. I feel like it caused a lot of my mental health issues, because hormones are a big thing that has to do with your mental health. I didn't know that until I looked it up when I took my last birth control pill thing, which was back in 2018, I believe, and I had the worst panic. That's another video. Mental health, that's a whole nother video. But yeah, I don't want them to talk to me about birth control because I am not for it. And not saying other people, it doesn't work for other people, but for me, it was not my cup of tea, and I'm kind of scared of it because of everything I feel that it caused. So yeah, that's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to talk to y'all in regards to baby making. I feel like we're friends, right? So unprotected sex happened on the 11th, if not the 10th of July. And I decided no more plan B, whatever, we're gonna be like chill. And we're gonna see if anything happens. It was 13 days. I looked at my period tracker, and we had unprotected sex 13 days before my period due date. Okay, so I googled that and said you could still get pregnant, but it's less likely. Depends if it is the hot spot for ovulation. But I tested OPK, and right after the unprotected sex, and it did say that I was not ovulating, so I might not get pregnant, or I don't know, we'll see what happens. So there will be updates with that. I already bought Walmart 88 cents pregnancy test, so I could check at maybe 7:60 p.m. I don't know, we're going out of town this weekend, so I'll check when we get back. It was great talking to y'all again. I miss y'all. Therapy's going great. Hope all of you guys are doing great physically, mentally, spiritually, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.